darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay!
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel's Zero Dark 30 episode. That's right. It's the middle of the night. I'm back up and I'm out. Woohoo. Folks, you got to do what you got to do. And you know what? That should be more about right and wrong than just doing what you got to do because, well, evil does what it's got to do. Right and wrong. New dogs and old tricks. Folks, the reason people don't get prepared is they cannot grasp the reality. The reality which you understand and you're facing and you're dealing with and you've made some decisions about. Right and wrong. What's the best time to teach right and wrong? Well, it's part of the formative years of a human's development. That's why we're all so different personality-wise, and it's the choices that were made for us with our parents. Parenting, such an important duty. The state cannot teach anything. By the time the state gets people, it's over, right? But, well, they'd like to change that. They definitely want to take babies from people. And look, right and wrong. It's supposed to be taught very early. But look at the people that are out there right now. I'm talking not only people like, say, Kamala or Clintons or the Obamas, but not just the old people, even these young folks that think that communism is good. They don't even understand the basic subtle differences between right and wrong, between good and bad. Because let's just talk about the mentality of the average socialist child out here. They think everyone owes them a living, owes them a life. That because other people have, they should have too. But they shouldn't have to work for it. It should just be given to them. They really believe that. How do you get to that mentality? How do you get from I'm a human responsible for myself to I'm a human and I'm going to force everyone else to support me? Now, let's just say a king or a duke or some local landlord from the dark ages. He tells everybody in a 20-mile radius, I own everything. You have to pay me a tax. Right? I'm the lord of the land and you have to pay me. And so everyone pays that person a little bit, and that person lives really well. But there can only be one of those guys. Right? There can only be one because people couldn't afford to pay that huge tax to everybody. But everyone can afford to pay a little bit and allow the lord of the land to live the way he wants. Now, fucking people. Having said that, communism is something entirely different. That is not supporting one lord. That's about everybody gets a free ride, and everybody should live the best. Well, and there's no one to pay for that. There's no incentives. Right? It's an incredible mindset, but it gets worse. It's right and wrong. They think they should be able to take from others according to whatever they want, whatever their little hearts desire. That's their mentality. That's their mentality. And if they don't get their way, well, then what? Well, then they can do whatever they wish. They can kill you. They can put you in jail. They can torture you. That's literally their belief system. They can do what they want. And there is no wrong for them. There's no wrong. What do you think of that? That's the evil these people possess inside of them. They don't know right from wrong. And you would think, well, you can teach a dog tricks, right? And can you teach a grown dog new tricks? How about can you teach an old dog new tricks? Well, right, puppies, kids, young, youths, we're supposed to be able to teach them. Well, if they learn wrong from their parents, shouldn't they be able to learn as they get older? Well, you would think that's the way it works, but apparently it doesn't. Because you look at a spoiled child that grows, they become a spoiled punk kid, and they become a spoiled brat through high school and college. They're still kids mentally. They haven't grown up, they haven't matured. You would say they're not even an old dog, but the old dog that can't learn the new trick, right? Simple. They can't. They won't. And you look at someone like Hillary and Bill. You look at someone like the Obamas. Look at someone like the Pelosi's. You would think that they could learn. Old dog, new trick. No. Grown dog, new trick. No. Even children, right? Their their time is up. The time is up for them. They can't learn. And so what are we faced with? People who can't and refuse to learn, who want what others have, even though it's not right. It can't be made right. It's never been right. And it's always been wrong. And it's always produced negative, very destructive results. What's amazing, though, is that in order to get Americans to choke down communism, in order to get them to choke it down, well, not me, not you, in order to get a huge force, they have had to dumb down the population of Americans, literally dumb them down to an extreme. They are so dumb, they don't know if they live in a state or a country. What country? They can't find things on the map. They can't add, they can't subtract. They know nothing about literature. Science is, well, science is what the experts say. And anyone can be an expert if you say the right things to the people in charge. All you have to do is be an unscrupulous liar, cheater, or thief, and you can be a Democrat. And these are the types of people they need to take over. Dumb, ignorant, unprincipled people who are willing to do anything and feel justified in doing it, any act of violence. And because old dogs cannot learn new tricks, guess what? That's why they get killed after a communist regime places itself in power. I've had that discussion a number of times, but these are the things that are coming. Look around. The pieces are in place. There are dangerous, dangerous people who think they're entitled to everything you own and that they can take everything from you. That your beliefs, your rights don't matter. But they have these terrorists in place. They have these youths in place. They have Antifa, and they have them in place. They have their force, their army. The question is, do they think they can win? Yes, even the Russians, before the Soviet Union, there was a Russian military there. But still, the revolutionaries took over, and from within the military, used the force of the military to also subdue the nation. The recipe is the same every time. Whether it's communism or fascism, like Nazi Germany, it's the same formula. It's just whether or not the rich people get to keep their stuff or whether they lose their stuff 100%. The communist Chinese have demonstrated they can run a fascist economy with a communist dictatorship. No problem. You get the worst and the best of both worlds. Well, they've decided that we're going to own nothing and like it. So tell yourself, ask yourself, Can old dogs learn new tricks? And what do you do with a rabid dog, a rabid skunk, a rabid pig? You know the answer to that. God bless America. Semper Fi.